Good morning everybody. I want to start this video off by sharing with you a story that happened a couple of days ago. So I was at a cafe, a local cafe, I know the owners, and me and Anthony were having a coffee and a cake there. We sat outside. Usually at this place you put your order in, go and find a table, and then you pay afterwards. Well, we were sat outside and we got talking to a couple of people, and well, we ended up leaving without paying. I got back home, I sent them an Instagram DM. I said, look, I'm really sorry, I forgot to pay. And they were like, thank you for your honesty. When you call by next time, you can settle the bill. So the other day, I went back, and as I walked in, they said, here he is, here's the fugitive. They said there was a wanted poster on the back wall for me. Wanted, reward £7.80. So today's agenda is a little bit of my own training plus a group ride. I've already done an hour with 30 minutes of that threshold, split into 2 blocks of like 15 minutes on climbs, and I tend to do the same thing again in the last hour or so of this ride. So we'll see how that goes. So today is a good example actually of something that some of you might be dealing with when you have an increase in your FTP, and that's your TSS on some rides. Maybe not all rides, but maybe endurance rides, and today being a 6-hour ride, it's a case of letting go of my ego and letting go of sort of chasing the TSS. Like at the end of the day, it's just a way of sort of measuring that load and that stress, but like really speaking, today's ride, 6 hours with those intervals. The intervals first of all come first, like they are the most important. Then it's the sort of volume, it's the time in the saddle, so the 6 hours, and the stress that comes from that Go on! So being with the group ride today, and I'm obviously riding with other people and we're going up climbs, I've got to tailor my training to that, but it's an important thing to do, is not let TSS get the better of you. If you needed to hear that, let me know in the comments down below, because today is a good example. Like I said, the adaptation doesn't come from the training stress score, it comes from the time in the saddle and what you do in the saddle. Look at these log piles. Oh, sideways action. Solo anymore. So yesterday turned out to be one of those days where everything felt like it was coming together. Didn't actually record that much, so some natural sort of climbing threshold efforts in the first hour, which turned out to be about 30 to 40 minutes accumulated in that first hour threshold, and then I tried to replicate that in the last hour. So I did 6 hours, but the 4 hours in between I was just riding with a group, just chatting, really chill. So even though my efforts in the last hour were definitely on par, if not slightly better than the first hour, I no doubt, you know, was going fairly easy in those middle hours. But still, that was part of the plan, is what the doctor ordered. And I'm out for a gentle 2-hour spin. Monday is a day off tomorrow, so hence why I'm out this morning. Charlie's actually training today as well, but she's indoors. We were talking about it, and we wanted her to do like a really decent ride today, and it was going to be hard to do it outdoors because of the efforts involved and she's not quite, you know, mastered the controlling the power outdoors, which I'm sure, you know, we're all in a very similar boat. Even me, you know, it's all down to the terrain at the end of the day, what you have at your disposal. For a ride gives her a chance to practice nutrition as well and all that other stuff. Of which I've had some questions myself about nutrition for the 312, which I haven't missed, don't worry, I'll try and cover that obviously before the event. Next weekend for her is going to be her final training ride before the 167, which is what she'll be doing. So next weekend we'll be doing 100 miles with Keith Gears and a couple of others from the group. It's not going to be super hilly, but it will be a lot of variable power. So today she's actually accumulating time in zone around sweet spot and threshold, which is what she'll roughly need for the 167. But next weekend it's not going to be a 4-hour ride. The 100 miles is going to be about 6 or 7. So next week will be a bit more variable, and I have no doubt that she'll, you know, really sort of dig in next weekend. It'll be hard because she hasn't done a 100-mile ride in ages and ages, but I wanted her this weekend to sort of get something under the belt that was a bit more structured before she hits that next weekend. So for me, this coming week is a pretty big week, and obviously I'll vlog some videos as well throughout it, but it's very similar to last week where I did sort of 2 or 3 big days. So Tuesday will be a big day, and then Saturday and Sunday potentially. It's only because Thursday I've got a 15-mile time trial in the evening, so I want to be in fairly sort of okay shape leg wise for that. I'm not going to be peaked obviously, but I also don't want to do a whole lot before it. So that's why Tuesday is a big ride with some effort. It's going to be 7 or 8 hours maybe. Wednesday 90 minutes to 2 hours, steady away. And then Thursday I'll do an opener in the morning, I'll do the time trial in the evening, which is obviously what I did last week. And then what I'll try and do then is Friday keep things chill and have a big weekend. So a huge ride on Saturday where I won't ride to power per se, but I'll just try and get a lot of climbs in. I'll just try and accumulate a lot of like time in zone, and obviously get used to climbing as well, because, you know, accumulating a lot of climbs and a lot of time in zone, it's 2 big recipes for, you know, bringing on fatigue really quickly. So that's something I want to do. And then Sunday I'll latch on to that 100-mile ride and you know, be there for moral support. So I hope you're enjoying these videos, and well, I'm really enjoying knocking them out, I've got to be honest with you. It's something that I'm really passionate about. So I look forward to seeing you all again soon in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.